Hey everybody, I know it's been a really long time since I've uploaded a video. I do apologise to that for anyone that did actually notice. But I am back again with drawing the starters and their evolutions in various different types. So keeping the fire type but just adding a secondary type. Now, as everybody knows, Charizard already is secondary type with flying. I've kept that with this. I haven't taken it away. He's still fire flying, but I am going to be taking it away for some of the other ones. For example, with the next drawing that I do will be normal fire, so he won't have flying type. But there are some really cool designs here towards the end. Particularly really liked the fire grass type and the fire dark type, so stick around for those because they turned out much better than I expected. And yeah, enjoy. And here we are with fire normal type. So just carrying on from the last two drawings that I did, making him very furry and fluffy, because that's a nice little touch. Normal types don't really have much of a trope, I suppose, so just adding the fur I think was a bit of fun. If you do want to watch the Charmander one and the Charmeleon one, I do have separate videos for each of those, so go check those out, along with Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle and Wartortle. Haven't done Blastoise yet, but I will do that to finish that off. And moving on to fire fighting type. So the evolution of this I think turned out rather well, starting off with just the bandages around his hands, moving on to boxing gloves, and now with the final evolution. I did think about adding the boxing gloves, but I've taken those off and given him quad arms, much like Marchamp. So it's not my favourite. It's turned out okay, but it is what it is. Now, with each version that I've done, I've always got one design that I absolutely hate. It's usually the bug type, but this time it's the poison type. So fire poison didn't really turn out exactly the way I liked, but I've kept it here. I haven't made any changes because I find that when I don't like something, I can fiddle with it forever. I just wanted to get this one over and done with, essentially. Move on to the ones that I do enjoy drawing. So, onto fire ground. As you can see, the Charmander didn't have much change. The Charmeleon, again, not too much change from the original, just really the feet, bit bulkier hands. So, just carrying those features on towards Charizard. Obviously taking his wings away again because he's no longer a flying type, adding those bits of dirt throughout the dirt spots throughout his body, and just giving him a very groundy look, I suppose. Again, keeping with those elephant-like feet. Now, Fire Rock is actually one of the ones that I really liked. I enjoyed how the Charmander came out, the Charmeleon came out, but most of all, really liking the design for Charizard. As it goes on, I do add like a lava or magma in between the rocks and add a bit of a glow to that. I really liked the way that turned out. I think it looks really cool and really effective. Again, taken the wings away, but added some rocks there just to sort of reference them, I suppose. So he doesn't have wings, but he's got a bit of a rock build up on his back to reminisce the wings that were in his other forms, I suppose. And there we have the lava. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks really good. Onto the bug type. Again, I didn't like the bug type Charmander. I didn't like the bug type Charmeleon. But the bug type Charizard has come along quite well. I like it a lot more than the previous ones, and I think it's just works a little bit more with the long body. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's still a bit of a hit and miss, or do you guys like it as well? And fire ghost type. Ghost types usually turn out really well. With the fire ghost type here with Charizard and Charmeleon even, I didn't really love, but it's still good. I think it's still good, but it's just not as good as some of the other ghost types that I've drawn, so it doesn't hold up to that standard, but still turned out really well, I think. Moving on to fire water type, which is always a bit of a hard type to do because those two clash, but I think this one has turned out really well. So the Charizard that I did, I just think really works well thematically. It's got a really nice feel to it. It feels like a water type. But my main gripe with it is that it doesn't really feel much like a fire type. It's just got that fire on the end of its tail, and that's it. But moving on to one of my favourites is the fire grass type. The Charmander and the Charmeleon was a bit meh, but once I got to Charizard, really liked the design, so just wait until you guys see it. I think it's great. Hopefully you guys will like it too. I have given him his wings back, even though he's not a flying type, but they just worked really well for the grass. So I've got branches coming off, and his wings are just made up of leaves. Works really well. Whether he'd be able to fly with them or not, I don't know. Are there any non-flying types that can fly? Yeah, I suppose that there probably are. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys as happy with this as I am, or am I alone in this one? So obviously Fire Electric, I've taken some heavy inspiration from a Reap here. I didn't really love the way Charmeleon turned out. Kind of looks like he's just got out of the shower or something. So I've taken a bit of a different approach with Charizard. So moving most of the wool, I suppose it is, to his head and chest to give him more of a kind of an 80s look, I suppose. Charmeleon still had an 80s look, but this is probably the male 80s look. Maybe the female Charizard would look a little bit more like Charmeleon, I don't know. Moving on to Psychic, I really liked the design of Psychic Fire Charmander and Charmeleon. The Charizard design is just taking a lot further, and I actually love it. I'm sure there's going to be people there that hate it, but I just love the old wrinkly look that I've done for this. Doesn't really look much like Charizard anymore, but as far as the Psychic Fire type, I think it works really well. Not much to say about Fire Ice type Charizard. Again, I've given him the sort of spikes on his shoulder to accent the wings that he should have. Obviously, they're still not wings, they're just sort of ice spikes. Yeah, he's fine. Moving on. Now we've got the Fire Dragon type, which Charizard is what I would probably call a pseudo-dragon. People have thought he's a dragon. He looks very dragon-like. But I'm just going to take those dragon features and extenuate them even more. Carrying on from the ones that I've done for Charmander and Charmeleon with the sort of shoulder pad look and the spikes, giving him some nice big dragony horns. And yeah, this is a Fire Dragon Charizard. Now on to Fire Dark, one of my favourites because they always look cool. I don't always like using dark types when I'm playing the games because I don't always love their moves, but they always look great, and when I draw them I think that the ones that I draw always look really cool as well. So again, giving him some sort of flame wings to accent the wings that he should have. Again, probably wouldn't be able to fly with these, but it's more there for the looks. But I don't know, maybe he can fly. He's got a lot of fire. Fire can produce boost. Who knows? Moving on to the ever so creepy fairy fire type. As this one's evolved, it's looked less and less creepy, which I've liked. I think that's just because of the eyes. But the fire fairy Charizard that I did, I struggled a fair bit with. I wanted to give him like fairy-like wings, even though he probably wouldn't be able to use them. Some fairy types can, some can't. But he's got a very dopey look on his face, which I love. And yeah, this is Fire Fairy Charizard. What do you guys think? If you guys have made it this far through the video, thank you very much. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I do plan on doing some more stuff that is not Pokemon related. I'm just sort of trying to figure out what I want this channel to be and what I want to do. So I'm going to have a good think about what I want to do next. I will still finish off this series. I don't know if it's going to be the next video I do or not, but yeah, keep an eye out for some more different stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give me some ideas on what you'd like to see, and I will definitely consider them. Thanks for watching.